Oh my goodness. I want to talk about this so bad. Can we talk about people who do not have manners or do the weirdest things thinking it's cute? For one, I've had this happen to me multiple times on public transportation where I'll be sitting there minding my business scrolling through my phone just trying to avoid, everything that's going on around me, and someone will literally touch my phone. Like, I've had a guy touch my phone, like, oh, I thought I seen someone I knew. Why are you looking at my phone, you creep? I've been sitting on because usually it's the train, because I don't like driving downtown. Absolutely not. I do not like parallel parking in inner cities. Now I'm better with it, but back then, absolutely not. So I've had multiple people come over and look at my phone. Like, look at what I'm doing on my phone. I'm like, what is wrong with you? And they're just like, look, you don't gotta be mean. It's like, who raised you with like no manners whatsoever? And they'll look at me and tell me I'm too nice for having common decency. Mind you, I was at a library once, and I left my library, my computer to go get to go pick up my prints, because I printed something out. That's why I was there. My printer was down, and these people, they're around my age, literally started looking at my thing, trying to scroll through. I'm like, what are you doing? And then they couldn't say nothing. They just like a shamed look on their face and walked away. But they were laughing before I like asked them what they were doing. I just cannot understand why people feel so comfortable being disrespectful. And I know like people take it as like, oh, she's nice, she's not gonna do anything. People have literally said that to me. But it's like, why would you want to do something like that, even if you thought someone was nice and like not a confrontational person? You're weird, you're creepy, and you don't think that's a problem. I just don't get it. Especially touching my phone. Don't touch my phone. Don't look at my phone. What is wrong with you? And then they sit there with their friends and act like it's a joke until I get an attitude, and they're like they all like want to go hang their head down. And it's like, all that could have been avoided by you not being a creep, right? And this goes hand in hand with people who just have no boundaries for the things they say or ask people. Like, people walking up asking me my race, and I'll be like, honestly, it annoys me so much. But I'll be like, something like, oh, I'm mixed race. And then they'll be like, well, what you mixed with? And then I'll tell them like, no, you're not. And I'm like, does this look like funny to you? Am I laughing? I'm not. Like, it's old, and it's like not just a one-time thing. Like, everyone does this to us. It's so annoying. Like, hush, please, I don't want to hear it. Like, I remember being in high school, and it was these like people who were Egyptian who were like, you were Egyptian. I'm like, no, I am not. And they're like, yes, you are. And I'm like, I'm not. They're like, you're just trying to pretend that you're mixed with like black because you want to fit in and be cool. I'm like, I'm literally mixed race. Please leave me alone. But that's not the only people. It has happened so many times, and I just like, why do people not have boundaries? I just don't understand. I just don't get it. Like, they just don't think before they speak. Also, to piggyback off of that, I don't like it when people keep interjecting my conversation. I have grown such a disdain for this, which is crazy, because I usually like when people come in involved in, like, I like talking to people and stuff like that. So talking to people always used to make me happy. After visiting the inner city, I don't really like it that much no more. I still will like it if I'm like on vacation or whatever, but it's just, I just noticed the people there will like interject with an attitude as if you ask them their opinion or as if you care. Like, okay, and we were in a lift one time, and this guy just kept interrupting us, and I'm like, okay, like, and the thing is, you're in a lift, and they know you can't be too rude, because you're like, what if they try to like run us off the road? You don't know, people are crazy. So it's like, you're trying to like be calm about it, but at the same time, like, can you shut up? Like, can you stop interrupting us? It's weird. And you have like an attitude about the topic as if anyone asked you your opinion. It's just so insane to me, so bizarre. And when I ignore people who are like bothering me in public, they will keep screaming at me. Like, they'll start yelling at me. And it's like these crazy, bizarre people who typically come from like bad neighborhoods, right? But they come to good neighborhoods. They come to our neighborhoods. So it's like, why are you here? Then they want to say we're stuck up and mean and don't want them around. But it's like, who comes to someone's neighborhood yelling at them? Because they don't want to talk to you. I had this guy keep calling me the B word and all this stuff. I was ignoring him, and he just like, yeah, B word, B word, B word. You hear me, B word. Hello, hello, hello. I had someone in Best Buy do that to me too. He was like, hello, and I was like, hello. And I was looking for my friend at the time, and because we went in there together, but we separated because we wanted to look at different things. I wanted to look at doorbell cameras, and they went to look at like gaming stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go over here, you over there, we'll meet back up. Tell me why. He was like, hello. And I was like, hello. He worked there too. I've told this story, but I don't know where that video is. But anyway, he literally was like, hello. And I was like, hello. Like, I already spoke to him. Why are you like screaming at me? It's kind of weird. And they just kept saying, hello, hello. Like, I'm like, are you good? And then I'm like, I hauled it to the car because I was with, I was with Cam at the time. And I was like, you know, he's the guy. He can come to the car after. I texted him, like, I went to the car. That was weird. He's like, why didn't you come get me? He's like, I literally looked around and I couldn't find you. I panicked and I just went to the car. And he was like, obviously, him, my dad, my brothers, they're going to be mad about that because it's like, leave. He literally was like, I love you for 2 seconds, and people are already being weird. And it's not just me. Like, I've seen them do this to guys too. It's just people are just so entitled. I caught the bus to Ocean City once. I ain't never gonna do that again. The Greyhound, never do it again. It was so long and it was just too much for me. But anyway, it was this guy, and I don't know why he kept bothering me, but he just kept bothering me. He kept on talking to me. So I was polite at first, right? Because like I didn't know he was like being weird. But then I was like charging my phone, and I got on the back on the phone with Cameron, and then he literally kept bothering me. I'm like, okay, cool, but like I want to mind my business now, right? It's a whole empty Greyhound because it was like a 2-part. I had my license, but I didn't have a car this time, and it was like a 2-part, and I was meeting up with people down there. And when we got to this was the second stop. When we got to it, it's an empty Greyhound. He sits right next to me, and I'm like, there's an empty Greyhound. I'm like, oh, I'm not interested in talking because like I'm trying to like politely handle this, and he still wouldn't leave me alone. He's like, oh, but I just want to talk to you. I'm like, sir, I'm just not interested. Like, I'm tired. This is a really long ride. I will never in my life do that again. I do not like. I'm a train girl. I'll take the train places because I don't want to drive everywhere, right? Because for me, I feel like I'll miss some of the experience if I drive everywhere. But that was just like so terrible. Why are you bothering? Like, it's an empty. You should be happy. Like, I'm happy. Everyone's happy. We all get our own seats. It's a huge bus. We got charging stations, and you want to sit right next to me and chat, and I'm tired. I'm like, no, I'm tired. And he just wouldn't let it go, and I'm like, please leave me alone. Like, I'm okay. And then he just kept staring at me from the other seat. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna be on the phone with like Cam because at least like, you know, like obviously the bus driver was uncomfortable too, but he was like being polite, like, yeah, you should move to the guy. Like, he was like, everyone else was cool. We were like, what is going on? Like, this is so weird. But I also have seen that happen to other people, men and women. It's not a gender thing. It's just like, I'm sorry, it's not a gender thing. It's just like people don't have boundaries, and I don't know. I feel like as society we just have to keep calling them out, and we have to stick together because sometimes I've been in areas where people will laugh. Like, I had someone keep trying to block my path at a job. A man blocking my path at a job, keep like putting like this like paper thing. It was like an envelope paper thing in my face and like messing with me. And like, it was like harassment. It was like, cause like at first you could be like, ha, this is funny. And then like it keeps going. It's like, all right, that's enough. And like, I'm obviously getting flustered because I'm pasty. So I'm turning red. I'm like, can you stop? Like, this is weird. And he just kept blocking my path. He wouldn't let me leave the area. And there was a woman sitting there laughing. Like, as if I deserved to be harassed like that by a man. I'm just like, no woman is doing nothing. No man is doing anything. Y'all just sitting here letting it happen. And this was a warehouse shop. I was like, you people are insane. You people are insane. And I just couldn't stand by. I'm not saying fight the person or anything, but like say, hey, like you should probably stop. You know what I mean? And like everyone get out the situation. I don't know, like, but to laugh, I didn't even want her to intervene because obviously, right, protect yourself. But why are you laughing? Like you see someone like getting upset and you're like, I don't know, like I just couldn't. I have too much empathy for that. Like I couldn't see someone getting upset and like she like didn't like me. I don't know why, because I never said anything to her. But it's just like, what is your problem? I've noticed people do that. Like if people like, I think she liked him, and instead of saying, hey, this is weird, you're harassing an innocent person, she was angry at me and laughing that I was being harassed. And I've had that happen so often. It's just like, leave people alone. And that's not to say I don't have issues with because I know earlier I was like inner city or like whatever. It's not to say I don't have issues with like suburban people, because I do, but it's like it never typically goes as far. Somebody in the suburbs or in the country will call it out. Like we have each other's back. There's not like a people in the city, it's like they want you to be hurt, and I will never understand them. They'll sit there and laugh at, like, it'll be somebody harassing me and they'll sit there and laugh, like everyone will like yeah mess with them, and it's like, how is this your personality to harass innocent people? I just will never understand it. But that's all for this one. Bye.